6, we be in the mix with that rare candy paint job on the whip. I need food for the kids, money for the rent. Fuck a lockdown, baby, I can't do that shit. And I don't never vote, cause I'm fucking broke. And either way, I know the police ain't gon' leave me alone. On a plane, about to visit Glen Rock. Need crypto, told me I should bring the Glock with me. So I packed up my piece and I'm sliding. Cause we might get caught up in a riot. Middle finger Trump, middle finger Biden. Fuck a left, fuck a right, is you riding? Know you love to see it, dudes rocking. Ain't no politics, baby, we just talking. From the birds to the bricks, we be in the mix with that rare candy paint job on the whip. Who you with?
Yeah, I was gonna say I had I go ahead and I'll let you know because it's, I have to explain. You have to start the dream clock for me. I'll let you know on my count here. So go ahead and do it now. Start the dream clock. Everybody knows the rules. You remember our funniest friend from high school, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Baseball. You know what I mean? Yeah. I had a dream where he was involved in it. Haven't talked to this guy in 16 years, by the way. Walking with a tray of hot dogs in the backyard. Tray of hot dogs.
Yeah.
And I do this thing where I slap the bottom of his elbow like I'm going to knock the tray over. And I don't knock the tray over. Guys, keep it in mind, I do not knock the tray over.
Yeah.
Keep the thing down. 2 seconds later, it comes up to me and has a heart-to-heart like I fucking ravaged the entire house. What the fuck is your fucking problem? Always a fucking joke with you, man. Dude, this is bullshit. And he's yelling at me. And in my head, like, it really got really stressful. Very uncut gems, very like stressful. So then I wake up and snap out of it, right? Okay, what was that? Probably 32 seconds, maybe. So I
a little longer.
Okay, all right, yeah. So I went into see, it is possible, guys. And I all day I'm thinking about this dream though. I'm just like it stressed me out. I woke, you wake up kind of stressed out sometimes by a dream where you just wake up and the anxiety gets going. So I'm like stressed out. And then halfway through the day, I was like, no. If I ever see that guy again, like I'm almost to the point where I want to hunt the guy down and be like, you are so gay.
Yeah.
Like you don't realize how gay you were in my dream. Like just, which is like a total feminine thing, right? Like they really like take stock in like the way you acted in their dream.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I've been on the receiving end of that a couple times.
Man. Yeah.
It's very fun. Yeah. It's you can almost predict it. You know, like, what's wrong? Nothing.
I didn't knock over the hot dogs. Then none of it happened. It was a complete like this guy. I don't think you realize this. Like people don't realize it. You know this. It was like Danny McBride as a friend in high school. This guy was completely built like him, looked like him, like acted like him. Toyota 4Runner, fucking sick as hell. Like famous stars and straps hoodies. Like just listen to like country and like rap only, like those two type of guys, like the very California thing, and it was hilarious. So like the fact that he was acting like this was so jarring. It was like it's like the world was
cool, man.
The world was ending. Like where he would do that to you, and you'd be like, dude, all right, man, like I really gotta get these hot dogs. Not like you'd be the guy doing that, but like the way he spazzed out about it was so bad because and we've been having some weird sleep things. One person, the person that I sleep with every night, it's a girl, by the way, guys. It's my wife, but she kicked me twice, like kicked.
Yeah.
I'm still awake. She falls asleep early, so I'm reading Charles Dickens. She's Charles Kickens. Next to me. You're
getting it from all sides,
dude. It's never happened before. This is not like something she does either. Yeah, like she dreams a lot, but like she's not like a violent, thank God, like a violent person. But dude, the first kick, I'm awake reading, and which is even weirder than getting kicked in your sleep. Like because the first she just boom right to the side, right to the thigh, like side of the quad, dude. Yeah, boom like that, like full extension out, down back circle on the controller, dude. Just boom, right into the side. And I'm like, what the fuck? I say it like really loud. I'm a dick, and then she's goes back to sleep, right? And then an hour later, I am asleep at this point. But I'm facing the other way. She kicks straight on above the kneecap. Yeah. In between the kneecap and the quad. I think there's ligaments involved in this that could have been damaged. Like you mentioned if I tore my ACL in my sleep or something.
Tore your meniscus.
Yeah. I'm on IR. What happened? My wife kicked me. And then so, what she didn't remember any of this, right? It was in the morning. In the morning, I wake. I think it was her birthday, by the way. I'm pretty sure it was the night of her birthday.
Yeah,
I think it was her birthday. Yeah, it might have been her birthday. I don't know when that is.
Yeah,
but she kicks me, and we wake up in the morning. She wakes up before me. I wake up, and I say, I was like, you don't remember? Like, you don't remember? What?
Yeah.
I was like, you kicked me. So she's like, what? I'm so sorry. And in my head, I'm like, it's totally fine.
Yeah.
Now, that being said, if I say a certain name of like a woman in my sleep, I'm off scot-free, right?
Yeah, it's fair.
I think that's fair.
That's
like,
fair.
so if I'm just like, oh, Helen.
Yeah,
exactly. Like moaning, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, oh, Helen. And, you don't have the right to ask me who's Helen. Because I asked her what the kicking was for. She's like, I have no idea. So what I mean is like, well, then obviously it's not real. The kicking, it was something completely not real. But if I was saying a girl's name, you'd want to know who the girl was. And I'd be like, of Troy.
Yeah, of Troy, yeah.
I was fighting for the sake of humanity.
Trojan horse, emphasis.
I was like, that bitch.
Yeah.
that bitch who I would not have sex with.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like my wife wouldn't tell me. You just keep it on so I would never know, and there would never be
dream life. Yeah. I mean,
we're like, it's like we have not like, it would just be like, it would just be lost in the echoes of time forever,
and I just have to say, I don't like explaining my dreams. That's all I have to say, because I'm that guy.
Yeah.
It's too long.
The dream,
sorry.
Yeah.
Too personal. I don't want to tell you the 7 women's names you heard in a row over and over again.
Yeah. Always these 7. Yeah. Yeah. No, that's funny. Yeah. I remember the high school bro. Funny. He was so funny. And I remember there was one really almost made me like him more, because he, were you in the drama class with us?
The V1. Yes, of course.
But was it, I know we did 2, was it junior year or senior year? But there was one. So this guy was like literally like, he would like roll, those giant paper towels in chemistry class and the Bunsen burners. Yes. He would like light them on fire and like be the teacher. You like, you want a hit of this? Like a giant
big Rasta joint. Big
Rasta had like joint. No filter. But then for drama class, the drama teacher, he was just like, the teacher was like, all right, everyone needs to come up and just spend 5 minutes talking about your life. And so we were like, oh, this is gay, but we went up there, and he went up there, and he was like so nervous and like quiet and really reserved. And it was, he's like, I don't know, I just like going to the beach with my friends. And it was honestly like, it was cute. It was like very like, oh, bro, I like that.
He took it seriously. He was like serious about it. It was earnest.
Yeah, but it was, almost like, earnest, but also like did not want to be up there, like the most unhinged dude of all time.
He didn't make something up. Yeah, he didn't like make something up either. Like it was really funny. Yeah, that was so that's why that dream was just so crazy. I was like, dude, do not freak out on me. Like, like you can't do that.
Yeah, you
can't do that. That's like, you're the guy that's supposed to be laughing when everybody else is mad. Like, and it was like, and so I was like, if I ever see him again, I'm gonna be like, dude, I'm gonna tell him to start the dream clock, and I'm gonna tell him. Yeah, and it's crazy. So people have asked me. I've gotten 2 separate DMs and then 1 Substack message. I always forget you can like message someone on Substack. It was crazy. I was like, whoa! I thought it was an alert from like Alex Berenson being like, I'm gay, like like or something. Like, I'm gay. I hate weed. I'm gay. Weed makes you gay, and I'm gay, but not because of weed.
He's got the hardest line on some weird stuff, man. Like of all that, and it was crazy. He like literally got famous during like when. It was literally like hitting a softball. Like being right was just hitting a softball. Right. If you were like somehow establishment and said
it was at somehow Ripple. It was at Ripple prices. Being right was at Ripple prices.
Yeah. Where you bought like 30 cents and you sold at $3, or something. Yeah. Even if you caught the 50% of that move, you're a genius. Yeah. But anyway, go. Yeah. So Substack message.
So I get a few messages, and they were asking me like, you guys got to talk about Bad Bunny in the Super Bowl halftime show. And I was like, okay, I will. So I've been preparing ever since. I've been preparing my take. I wrote this down. I wrote all of these things down. So I'm going to say my take right now, just to kick us off. I have it written down because I just didn't trust myself to freestyle it and not go on tangents or anything, because it's this important. Loved every second of Bad Bunny. That message of inclusion and a celebration of cultures like Puerto Rico's is just what America needs right now. Plus his music just gets you in motion. 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
That's Aaron Rupar. That's not me. He has to say that, by the way. He has to say that. He's not allowed to. So I would say you go to jail for not saying that. But actually, I think your punishment for like, if Aaron Rupar was like, man, what the fuck is this shit? You know, like during halftime, people would freak out. I think he would prefer like a week in jail over what would actually happen to him.
Yeah. I think It's interesting. I don't. Whoa, did you want to? I mean,
I have one more take that I wrote down.
Yeah.
Totally not somebody else's, but I don't know what Bad Bunny is saying, however, I do know he is standing up for Puerto Rico, and I am standing up for him. His halftime show was great. John Mellencamp. I wrote that. He signed it, John. Yeah. I signed it, John Mellencamp at the end.
Yeah.
By the way, it's absolutely nuts. Do you have access to that in the notes? Right now, just look, because you might. I screenshotted it in there. I want you to see how John Mellencamp wrote that. It's like a text.
Oh wait. Oh yeah.
He like screenshotted a text.
It's like highlighted.
What are you doing? Yeah. And then he signs it. I think he told his social media person to post that. Maybe he like texted it.
Yeah.
Because it looks like a received. It looks like an iMessage like received thing. It's so funny. But
that'd be a cool bit to like tweet. You write it on iPhone, then take a picture on another iPhone, then upload the image. I should start a new. That's how I would start a new Twitter if I did. I would just do that. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, that's
But
good.
my thing, I actually didn't see it live. I moved to the kitchen and was prepping food for the inevitable feast. We made some crazy ass spinach dip, by the way. It was like, I mean, dude, I mean, you guys heard me in the chat. I drank 2.5 beers.
Oh yeah,
fucked up, dude. And like, cause I had drinking. Yeah, they were strong too. I mean,
how did the 0.5? The missing 0.5 here is what I'm concerned about.
It was just too late.
Oh
yeah, I didn't finish it, and I didn't like it.
You left a beer?
I left a beer. Yeah.
Oh my goodness,
it was weird. It was a weird year because it was a lighter crew than usual. Okay. We do it at Grandma's house. Grandma passed away this year, and then a couple people were out of town, so it was cool though. But so I heard the show. I gotta say, I got a couple of takes on it. Like just sonically, musically, I have to be honest. I vastly prefer it to Kendrick Lamar's halftime show. I have to be honest. Like I would much rather, if I had to listen to that 100 times versus the Kendrick one. Not a chance. And then so I heard a little bit of it, and then I watched like 5 minutes of it on YouTube. And same thing, I liked it better than last year's. Still wasn't. I was just like, okay, whatever. I think I do hate how there's if you're politically a certain way, you have to pretend to like it, and you're not allowed to not like it. And it's funny because at this party there was some MAGA folk and some opposite sides of the coin,
right.
Complete opposite, and like. And then they brought up the White House, the TPUSA halftime show, which
Kid
I don't
Rock.
know. Did that happen a couple days before? Because I
thought it was Simon. I didn't see it. I'm not interested in any of that. Yeah, like it's. I will say Bad Bunny does not have.
It pisses me off. Like this is where we're at, where we have these fucking gay Kid Rock shows, and versus like this Bad Bunny thing where it's like it's almost. It's like everything is just meant to aggravate you. I'm not even saying it aggravated me, but it's meant to like be this little like sand in your eye. Like, oh, I bet you wanted them to speak English and they didn't, huh? And it's like, like most people are like, well, I don't really care, but also like it's the Super Bowl halftime show. Why?
Yeah,
like
it's the least Mexican, it's the least Latin sport.
And we're Raiders fans. I mean, we're Raiders fans, so I mean,
they don't. Even Mexican Raider fans don't listen to that shit.
No. Yeah,
they don't. It's not a real thing.
Again, it's just like, it's just very like, man. And we had Prince at one point. We had the Who kind of sucked, to be honest. But still, it's like you bring in a British band in there. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Even like, dude, Justin Timberlake and that was sick.
That was fun. The Janet Jackson titty.
Yeah.
That was
so
all
I'm just
great.
like, so I'm like, man, it's just such a reflection of where we're at and how we can't, I don't know. I'm not like a big reggaeton is huge. Like that style of music is.
It's not a fake thing. People think it's fake. Like no, people love that shit. Like it's huge right now. It is like world in terms of the world. It's in terms of like when people ask like who the biggest sports star in the world is, and everyone's gonna go, oh, like probably LeBron James.
Yeah,
probably Patrick Mahomes. No, it's Ronaldo. But like in America, it's not the biggest sport. It's not the biggest. It's not. Like it's even then, and like so, like you do have to view it from world sense. The NFL is like, yeah, and I know the NFL is like, we're playing games in Paris now, and we're gonna play in Melbourne,
Dusseldorf.
Like,
we need Dusseldorf.
We're gonna play in freaking Dusseldorf, homie. Like we're gonna do all this shit. Like, I don't know. That's such a dumb joke, but I hear it in my head all the time. I know, to go get a Volvo or something. It's so funny to me
because it's just like a Mexican guy saying the name.
Yeah, I'm going to
Dusseldorf.
I'm about to get my vacation check. I'm going to fucking Dusseldorf. Yeah. He took
an international flight. He was in Dusseldorf airport.
No, and they're just hanging out in their little with their patio table in the backyard, like they always do and shit, like in their little backyard with no grass growing. I will say, Mexicans are really good at landscaping, but their backyards always suck.
Well, you don't bring work home, dude.
That's true. It's like chefs. There's chefs that don't eat McDonald's and shit. Yeah, it's exactly. I agree with you. That's fair. But that is you know what, that is true. You're kind of like, dude, I don't fucking. What am I gonna get the fucking Ryobi out now? Like,
exactly. Ryobi, dude.
But so, anyways, there I could see them in the backyard, and the guy's like, I'm going to fucking Dusseldorf, and the friend's like, yeah. Oh yeah, you're going. What's out there, man? Like, man, dude, it's lit. Hella snow bunnies out here, man.
Yeah,
and
no, dude, it's
you wearing you wearing jorts.
Yeah,
and a Cowboys jersey.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's got to be the Cowboys.
Cowboys taking it.
I don't know. And my mom, I talked to her last night, and she's like, I liked it, and
everyone's mom has to like this. Yes,
everyone's mom, yes, and I'm like. Man, it's just so funny, dude. And we were, we talked about a couple of
It's not about the English part. That's what I've noticed. To me, it's not about that. Now, that being said, it's kind of wait, okay. First off, Bad Bunny's lyrics, when you watch, I'm only 50-50 on this. There were a lot of people that kind of Ben Shapiro'd his lyrics, where actually what he's actually saying is pussy, pussy, dick, fart. You're just okay. That's all Mexicans say, by the way, and Puerto Ricans and stuff. That's 90% of what they say when they're talking shit. So that's fine. That checks out. And if he were to have said that stuff in English, it's probably okay, yeah, that's probably not quite the show we thought we were getting there. And I just thought it was a big music video. It just looked like they were filming a music video at the Super Bowl. And I'm not. And Kendrick Lamar did this too. This is a new thing where it's just this camera, Scorsese tracking camera going through everything.
Tracking camera.
And I don't like it at all. Stage with a couple different angles, and a performance that rocks the house. Nobody at the fucking stadium looked like they were having that much fun.
No, it's not about that anymore. And I did watch the Prince one again, and he rips 3 guitar solos in the first song.
It's in Minnesota too. He just
Telecaster, dude.
Prince's Telecaster days are definitely an era for sure.
Yeah,
when he did the Rock and Roll Honors for Rock and Roll.
I'm a Telecaster guy. All the fancy guitars are cool. Sorry, what do you?
No, but I mean, when he did While My Guitar Gently Weeps, that's Telecaster as well. But what I mean about this is okay, I saw it right away, that it was a received opinion. And I found it weird that you even need a received opinion for POC music nowadays. Because when POC, and I can't say black, because he's Puerto Rican and stuff, so I can't really, can't lump this in with rap and all that stuff. So I just mean POC music is at an all-time low right now, I think, pretty bad right now. But then you have people that tell you have to like it now. Nobody in 1984, and I guess I'll just expand this to art. Nobody in the mid 80s said you have to like Eddie Murphy Raw. Because you just did.
Yeah. No,
you know what I mean? You just did, or it wasn't for you. And it would be
Tiny Desk. It's the Rare Candy take. The Tiny Desk. It's everything. And that's the thing. This is what people don't understand. I mean, this is the classic take we have, I feel, where if you incentivize this kind of where this ecosystem of where you have ostensibly not even that big of music fans that have to pretend to like all this stuff for extra musical reasons, beyond music, all the window dressing, which is sometimes, it is important in music. I'm not saying everything is just the sound you hear, or whatever. There are aspects of that. But when you make it just about that, then it incentivizes everything but the music.
Right. It's not about the music. Yeah.
It's can you imagine, again, what I brought up last time, there's no DMX Tiny Desk concert. None of these people were listening to DMX back in the day. Now maybe it's like retcon.
Yeah, there's an irony that would allow that. There's like a weird layer of irony that might foster that in, and that's also a problem. But I see what you're saying.
And it's very, and it used to be. It's just fun how like the wokeness stuff it just cuts kind of both ways. And I'm not trying to like both side it, but it cuts both ways, and it just ruins everything in all directions to where you know no one cared about like. Like Ricky Martin in the 90s. No one was like making a big deal about, or Shakira, it was just kind of like, oh, that's just part of the world. Anthony, and it's tight. And it's dope. And it's like, it might not be for me. It might not be for you.
First off, it should have been, by the way, should have been Santana performing the fucking crossover album with Rob Thomas because he's from San Francisco. So
Rob Tom, dude,
out of the way. Like he should have been, that would have tore the house down, by the way. Like
Santana would have been sick. Yeah, but no, it's very Again, is anyone gonna like re-listen to this?
No, they're not going to.
Yeah, and the very I don't know. It's I honestly say I like the Kendrick one was just horrid.
Yeah, and no, for sure. Yeah. The Kendrick. That's interesting because like the Kendrick one, I think there was part of there were people that liked that somebody was out there that didn't like it. Like they were like, okay, like a racist man is looking at this and didn't like it. Yeah. But then now there feels like two white people talking to each other about how sick Bad Bunny is like, that's not something I'm what again, I mean is like Kendrick will have like I want to see the music on
I want to see the music on their phone. I want to see his
it's there now. I guarantee you it's there now.
But is it though? I bet
you know what I mean? I bet it is now.
I don't know. It's very and I do listen. I gotta say I do listen to those I listened to. I've been a Rick Beato guy before he was famous, a long time. He, I hipstered him. Yeah, before he was. I think it was like low subscriber count. And so anyway, I listened to one. He always does those like top 10 Spotify song breakdowns, and most of the time he's like, "What the fuck is this?" Yeah, he's total boomer. And he put on one, and like the last one he did was a Bad Bunny song, and it was kind of the best one on the list. Like not great, but it was like okay, it's actually got like some production value, and it's got like parts to the song, like it changes parts and shit. And so I was like, oh, okay, so I think it's just all so stupid, and does anyone like listen to shit anymore? Everything is just so sterile and dead.
Well, man. Also,
and I almost don't blame. That's the thing is like, I'm not making like, I know I invoked the wokeness thing before, but it's like I'm almost not making like a wokeness claim. It's almost like just we're in this fog.
Yeah, it's all dead.
Cultural, and it's not about race. It's not about any of that stuff. It's just like everything is just so gay.
We're Japan. We're Japan post Hiroshima right now, but nobody really wants to build back. Dude, like it's kind of
and it's very
the
like
whole thing's poison.
Like where's the excitement? There's just no like everything is just so from the like the neck up. Nothing's like carnal anymore. Nothing. Okay, yeah. So you have a Latin guy doing a halftime show, and it's not sexy or carnal at all. What's up with that?
Yeah,
you know what I mean. It's like sterile. Yeah, like that. That's kind of whack.
There was like ass shaking, but like everything has that now. So you're kind of like
that's what I'm saying. It's all it's like
a T-Mobile commercial has like a girl twerking in it now.
Yeah, no. So I don't know. It's very. I gotta say the one. I think the last good one that I quite liked was the Rihanna one.
That was sick. I like Rihanna.
I think I consider her like an actual artist.
She's dope. Rihanna has always been dope.
Yeah, and so I like that one. And again, she's So it's like I don't know, man. It's just I
didn't mind.
It's Jay-Z. It's Jay-Z picking like Reddit, like, huh? But you didn't expect that type.
And he's longhoused by his wife, who is musical Michelle Obama.
And who knows? Like, I mean, I'm not like a full like a music Illuminati guy, but like, who the fuck knows what those guys are up to?
Yeah,
dude. It's probably not great.
Because Jay-Z grew hair.
Yeah, he's got.
Yeah, he's like dreads.
He's like E40. I don't know, but I'm planning on growing some.
Yeah, you're fucking 50 years old and you grow dreads, like, and they're perfect.
Yeah,
something happened there. Because Ricky Martin didn't look a day older than fucking when he was doing Livin' La Vida Loca.
Yeah,
in 1997. Like he didn't look a day older. So I think it was all. I mean, respect, shout out, but like it was just kind of this. it was odd. The whole thing was extremely odd. And in between that, you have all these commercials with AI where people are reading like Isaac Asimov, and then they're like, AI is awesome, and that's the commercial. I was like, oh, that's cool.
Well, it's crazy that, I mean, literally our whole economy is AI, weight loss drugs. And I mean, what else? You know, like that's and like mortgages. Like
I love that Serena Williams is supposed to be doing fucking like GLP-1. It's like, dude, Serena Williams plays tennis.
Yeah,
you will lose weight if you play tennis.
Yeah,
but and she
strenuous sports.
Yeah, it's straight up cardio. It's just the cardio sport. Yeah. And so it was. I think her husband owns that.
Okay.
RO or whatever that is, that the weight loss. That's what my mom told me. She was like, I think Serena Williams, because I thought she married the original Reddit guy.
Yeah, I thought so too. Yeah, I don't know.
Does he have both? Damn, that dude's got dumbass money.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Damn,
inventing. Yeah, that's crazy.
Also, you can't. I'm sorry, dude. If you're like, you can't rep the Compton thing when you married the Reddit guy. Dude, I'm sorry. Dude,
yeah, but like the music coming out of Compton, full circle here, it's Reddit.
Yeah, it is
nowadays. Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah,
just saying.
Funny.
Yeah. So maybe you can. But I know it's kind of funny. I was thinking about like a kind of funny aspect to it though would be like, you know, Twilight Zone hell, right? Where everybody knows it's hell except the main character, right? Where you're in like a bar, kind of a dusty like Western bar, dreary, tumbleweed blowing outside, very dystopian, kind of like that yellow tintish kind of like sickness tint to it. And it's a guy who's maybe just like me or something like that. And then like next to him is a guy with like swastikas all over him. One next to him is like this weirdly dressed guy who, you know, looks like he hangs out at parks looking at kids and stuff. And then there's like another guy who's just like got like psycho like shit stains all over him and is just like out of control. And like, you know, the guy just is, you know, he breaks the silence, right? The guy breaks the silence. He goes, "What is this place? You know, what's going on?" He goes, why are you here?"
Yeah.
And the guy goes, "I ripping the gold out of the Jew's mouth." And, you know, like just all these heinous Holocaust crimes. The guy's like, whoa.
Oh, like the teeth.
Yeah, all that stuff, right? Then he asks the other guy, the guy who's dressed like a dork, but looks like he hangs out at the park and stuff. And the guy's like, I got to be real with you guys. Like, I was a sicko and did nasty stuff with like kids and stuff. And like, the guy's like, "Oh shit, what the fuck?" And then he goes, "Well, what are you doing?" And he's like, "I'll fucking kill you. I ripped out my mom's throat and like, I ate it and made pie." And then all of a sudden, and then it gets quiet and he's like, "Guys, still trying to get his bearings." And then the bartender, right, will be like this kind of like this calm guy that's probably supposed to be like Satan, looks at him and goes, "What did you do?" And the guy goes, I still don't know. Last thing I remember was that horrible fucking halftime show with Bad Bunny, and everyone's like, "Whoa, you fucking Nazi!"
Yeah.
You know, you're the worst guy in hell. Because that's how it feels right now. Like that's seriously how it feels right now. If you just said, because like here's my thing. They asked me this on the sports stream I do with my friend Marcus Johnson. They're like, "What? Like, Glenn, did you like Bad Bunny?" And I was like, "No." I just said it. I was like, "I don't like reggaeton. It's not for me. I didn't like it." Yeah. And they were all like, "Whoa, turning point, Glenn." And like, I was
exactly.
So I in my head, I was like, "Well, I don't care. I don't like Run from shit like that, but whatever." You know, like I was just like, "That's a weird." I didn't
hear that one. Usually, I listen to most of those.
It's a weird jump. Like to make so anyway,
it's like, did you guys like it? Aren't they like
exactly? No, they again. They had to. It's the new marching orders.
No,
it wasn't. It wasn't Marcus. It was the chat. It was the chat.
Oh, okay,
not Marcus. Marcus did not say this. This is.
I was gonna say, like, dude, I know you're like an underground.
Asked the question. No,
I was gonna say, like, you're an underground hip hop guy.
Marcus is my guy. He did not say that. That was the.
No, I know. I love. He's
the live.
I fuck with it. He's my guy too.
So anyway, but in my head, I was just like. God, because I remember like back in the day, let's take like a band in the 90s, like REM, right? Clearly a band for white people. Like that is a band that like their fan base is just going to be white people. Coffee shop ass, like Serena Williams' husband.
Like Dave Chappelle could make a joke about it. Everyone would
laugh. If I put on some REM, I bet you white people will love this.
Yeah.
You know, like just because it's correct, right? Yeah. Like people love that stuff. My dad loved it as a kid, but like I don't think my dad was like, "What do black people like?" That's what I like. He wasn't worried like if a black guy thought it was cool, like REM. And for the fact of the matter is, my dad would probably be like, "What the hell you think that's cool?" You know, it was like now it's like I have to like reggaeton. I have to like that. I think that's this thing that is not designed for me to like. In no way, shape, or form is this designed for me to like. And I like a lot of Latin music. I do. I love, like a lot of South American jazz. I think is some of the best, like jazz, especially like, you know, Club de Esquina, like I love all of that stuff. Like all that's great. And it's in a language I cannot understand, especially Portuguese. I have no fucking clue what's being said in that. And it's not about that, but also he's like rapping. Bad Bunny's like rapping. So I'm kind of like, I would like to understand a word here and there. You know what I mean? Like I would, like I do feel like there's something there. And I just know for the fact of the matter is, if he was doing the MLB All-Star game, probably wouldn't be that big of a deal, because like I bet like 40 to 50% of the MLB likes Bad Bunny.
Yeah.
The players. They're Dominican shortstops. The NFL's white and black people. Oh, just real fast, because we had horrible technical difficulties here. Horrible. StreamYard had last year or so, has not been their best year. And they like, it's weird because there's like this thing you can test to see if your audio is like, can you hear, like, and then it'll say test, and they make a song and they're like, testing your audio on StreamYard.
Yeah.
Have a good time. And I'm like, don't do that. Just maybe a beep or something. Like just
yeah.
This thing, it was terrible. Anyways,
and that I use my little conference thing. I use it for work. It's crystal clear. And then you're like, and I believe you. You're like, it sounds horrible on it.
Yeah.
Mics don't work on StreamYard. It's weird.
They don't. Zoom. My mic always sounds way better, but it's gayer.
Yeah.
It's evil. Just the atmosphere of it. I'm just still not. And then Zoom has the echo cancellation in case you talk over a woman in a meeting, and then it cuts yours out and her voice goes louder. I actually think that's what happens.
Yeah.
In there, but yeah, it's. I don't know. I was just kind of. I think we were talking about like Super Bowl stuff and all that stuff, and like the just like the commercials were whack too. And I've never been a commercials guy. And shout out to Doug in our Discord. He said the same thing. He's just like, halftime shows and commercials, kind of for the ladies. I agree.
He's right. Yeah, I mean, 100%. Yeah, it's
but I just
and that's part of what makes Super Bowl cool. It's like everyone can get down. It's
I don't like how long it takes to get fucking started. Because they're doing that. I don't know, because I watched like the Winter Olympics, which are okay. Like some events are cool, some are the other, but that was on at least like leading up to it, because it was in like Italy and they don't really give a shit about any of that. And it's just kind of weird. Like just this whole like, at the beginning, I wasn't watching it because I don't really like to watch like Super Bowl pregame and stuff, because I think it's just like literally the same shit all the time. And it's just people saying, well, whoever wins in the trenches is going to win the game.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
And then like that's their analysis and that's it. And then but apparently like Green Day was performing, and I like, to me, one of the first CDs I ever owned was Dookie by Green Day, which I still consider perfect. Like I just say, you listen to it every minute. The song is 2 minutes. It's about how you can't stop jacking off and stuff, and like it's just like, wow, this is great. And then now the guy still has the same fucking haircut, Billy Joe Armstrong. His certified Berkeley moments every single day, like where he's just like, just got out of a mental institution. That's where our fucking president belongs.
Yeah.
And then like he plays like he's still playing American Idiot, like as though that's like this. It's like, dude, that was your George Bush protest song.
Yeah.
And George Bush doesn't even like the current president.
Yeah.
So you're
he
George
endorsed
Bush,
the other one.
He doesn't even like he doesn't even like Donald Trump, but like your American Idiot song, which I saw them on the American Idiot tour, which is kind of funny. I did see, my dad took me to see Green Day. Admittedly, that album's not like amazing or anything, but it was just they played the hits and stuff, and it was great. They're Bay Area guys, but God, it's so embarrassing to be fucking 55 years old screeching politically. Like,
yeah, I mean, God help us, if we ever, it's just not. I don't know.
No, I it's fine if you do this for a living, but if you're like a musician, and like it's like I just make fucking, like, I don't know. I just do something else. It just that time is over. Like Bruce Springsteen, all that stuff. Like, I can't believe people think like Bruce Springsteen is cool right now.
Yeah, it's not good, man. I don't know, man. It's just so, first of all, they're all like millionaires and billionaires who can buy their way out of any situation, including you know, living in squalor. And so it's always easy, you know, like where you have these manufactured, it's always like these convenient beliefs that people have, you know, for when you can live politically like on a whole different spectrum, right? Where you're literally like, you know, you're like an Ayn Rand character or something. I don't know, you know, where you're
Tom Morello was at the Super Bowl. He was just like, I have a ticket.
Yeah. How much did that cost? You know, it's very
at face value, $6,500.
And then they always do this thing where it's like, well, actually, I'm closer to you are than I am to Jeff Bezos, and I'm like, first of all, I don't think that's true, and second of all, like, you know, it's different. Like, you're not worried about your mortgage. Like, you probably.
I would hate to be in a position where I had to like pretend I didn't like having all the money I had.
I know, dude. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, exactly.
Like, you're just like, I hate this shit. It's not what you think. Yeah. And honestly, I should be paying way more taxes. I should be paying way more taxes because the fat cats, they're trying to keep it not got just above my tax bracket, just slightly above.
Yeah, exactly.
They are those guys. Like I'm saying, like people that are like above 75 million net worth, 75.67 million. Like
that's how it always is. Yeah.
I know.
And by the way, it is. I mean, I do have these moments where I'm like, dude, we have like running water. I know that it would be a lot would have to go wrong for me to ever go hungry. You know, there are times where I'm like, all right, like let's make a meal out of beans because that's what we got to wait a couple days before we get paid. You know what I mean? But I know I'm not gonna fucking starve or whatever. You know, and it's very, you know, and it's just. I don't know. So you do have those moments where you're like, damn, I'm like, you know, we're all so lucky to be here.
Struggle meals are good, by the way. Struggle meals are fun. Yeah. Like struggling is not fun, but like, there is this sense of like, yep, made that happen. Don't have to worry about food for the next 3 days because I made this slop bowl.
Dude, my craziest when I was like really fucked up struggling on the East Coast and I lived upstate New York and I lived in this like tiny little shack. It was like a Sears house from the 40s, you know, and it was cool, you know, but it was kind of in the forest. So I remember I literally had I had brown rice and like hot sauce. And then I like went for a walk in the forest and I actually I just learned about lion's mane and there was lion's mane and like wild dandelion greens growing. So I just harvested those and made like rice, lion's mane, greens and hot sauce.
Oh yeah.
Until I got like money again, and I was
dude. They're gonna charge you. They're gonna charge you $17 for that at Erewhon.
Yeah, $17 a pound for lion's mane. Yeah, exactly.
No, I mean just that bowl you made at Erewhon would be fucking $20.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah,
I mean, that's the thing. Like for me, it's like ground beef. Like when I was like struggling, and I, some people go, that's not real like struggling, but like no, it is. You just buy like a pound and a half of ground beef, like not the best stuff either, like because that's just what's there. And then you get you go to Costco and then get the 3-pack of pasta.
Yeah,
right.
Oh, I love that 3-pack.
The big 3-pack.
That's good pasta. That's good pasta.
3-pack Shakur. With that one that's like vacuum sealed and stuff, and it's like really cheap and it's good. I actually think it's organic too. And then you then broccoli. Just get a big head of broccoli and just shave that bitch into the pasta. Yeah, like cook it. Obviously, I don't really like raw broccoli that much, and it doesn't agree with me that much.
You have to do stuff to it to make it cool. It's like to make it passable.
Yeah, that's my favorite when people cry about like EBT and stuff, and they're like, you're like, oh yeah, but I mean, I'm not saying it's a good spot to be in, but like you can do this and this and do this, and they're like, well, not everyone has an oven. I'm like. For sure. Get an oven. Yeah, I'm always like, okay, get an oven, and then we'll talk. Like what do you like? Okay, so McDonald's for everybody. Then you're right.
I know. I do hate. Yeah, it's very because I've been there, and I know. Like I wasn't. I'm not saying I was like super fucking like grindstone EBT where you're like only buying beans and shit. Like I was not buying like. Lobster tails and shit, but I was definitely on the lower. But I'm like, man, like, and water. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But also water and blue Takis.
Yeah, exactly. But part of it also is I've always known how to cook, and it was a job for a long time. So I kind of, I know how to
It's just
but
like
it's like
poor,
damn, like
you're poor and unemployed, and then you want like a Call of Duty like drop mission to like appear to you in food. It's like, dude, yeah, unemployed, and you got nothing going on. Like the rest of the month, like maybe try to, oh, my electricity. Like people always like really get Dickensian like with how poor they are a lot of times, and you're always just like, they're like, oh, the lights are off and all that stuff. I'm like, you're posting.
Exactly.
So I'm like, are you on Starbucks free Wi-Fi right now crying? Like, is that first off, they don't just let you hang out in Starbucks anymore. Thanks, homeless people. But they just don't let you do it. So I'm always just like, there's always like something you can do. And I do look back fondly, like, and for us, like my wife and I, even when we weren't like struggling, but like at the beginning of COVID, like when there just like wasn't anything in the store, like that was like its own struggle. And I was like, man, we still like rock some of the dishes. Or I say I'll buy the food, she'll make it and stuff. Like it's that kind of team, I guess. But she will make the stuff like from then still. Like we're like, that's cool. Like burgers on like sourdough bread, just like that.
No, yeah. I could be a millionaire tomorrow. I would still make lentil soup once a week. It's amazing.
I love lentil soup, dude.
Yeah,
I love lentil soup.
Yeah, I don't get it. I mean, I don't know. And I think you and I both. I mean, like. I've seen how the sausage is made in restaurants and like so like fancy restaurant. Also, I don't eat like steak and shit like that very often, So it's like fancy restaurants don't really do it for me. And I know that seems to be the thing. People that start to make money go out to eat more or DoorDash more. For me, it'd be like I would just go like retarded on Super Feast 10 times harder. It'd be like kilo bag,
or like getting like the craziest cooking equipment, like.
Like
that. Like I can see that
copper pans.
Exactly. My wife, when she'll like have a little bit of money, she'll just she'll like shop at like Williams Sonoma.
Like
the big stuff. The big dog. Like she'll do stuff like that, and it's like, I mean, like I like going out to a nice restaurant here and there, but for the most part, it's like when I hear somebody, and I get this is like a real. I've always hated when like millennials would attack boomers for stuff like this, and like. They're right. Like you should cook your own food. Like you should find a way to like eat at your house if you don't have a lot of money. I mean, even if you do have a lot of money, you should still find a way because it's healthier that way. But like for me, it's like people will like scoff at it and they'll go, these boomers are out of touch. It's like, no, you're relying on somebody else's hands to make your food 3 meals a day. That's not a good spot to be
insane. It's again, like the restaurant food's not better. It's been before. I don't like the food thing. This is how I feel about like everything is gourmet. It's kind of like the music thing. It's kind of like
you're right.
Very similar where it's very everything is like hybrid fusion gourmet. Even at fucking Disneyland, it's like oh, they have like a kimchi mac and cheese with a nori sprinkle and oh, it also has like tagine on it or tahine, and
tahine,
and it's very, and it's just everything has like 3 or 4 like hybrid gourmet elements now, and it's you can't just go. And I know like the restaurant owners types of people. I know some of those guys, and they're complaining that they don't make any money. It's just something doesn't add up here. It's very weird. Like the DoorDashers, they don't make money. The restaurant people don't make money. The people buying the food don't have enough money to do it. It's very if you're making $40K a year and you're dropping like $8K on DoorDash a year, you're a fucking retard.
I kind of think Anton Chigurh should show up with the cattle thing. And just be like,
and then turn you into food.
And you open the door and you're like, I said leave it on my doorstep. Then he flips a coin, and then the coin says tails both sides. Because you're just gonna die. There's no chance to this. Like you suck. And it's like I know how to cook. The person that's in my house is 10 times better than me and loves doing it. And so I'm always like, I'll buy the stuff at the store that I'm like, this would be nice to have. And then like she'll just make it and she likes it and she doesn't work as many hours as I do. So it's kind of like, oh, this is great. And not everyone has that. But like if I was by myself, I'm gonna figure out a way to have food to like. Because like to me, it's like that shit sucks, man. Like to have to go get it all the time too. And you notice too, like I don't like, especially at work, like when people like are late constantly to work, especially people that are like 40, and like they're like, okay, they'll like say it's their kids and like and of course like It probably is sometimes, but it's a lot of times you're like, you fucking have Starbucks in your hand. Like you went to Starbucks and you didn't time your Starbucks correctly. And it's like, this is an essential part of your life that requires so many things to go right for you to get it within a certain amount of time. And it's like, dude, make your coffee at home. It's not that hard. Like it's not that hard to make good coffee for not that expensive.
I know. I'm kind of middle. It is like, I do feel and like the avocado toast thing, like we're not going to buy mortgages because we avoid avocados, but at the same time, and probably just because I punted a career and like was poor for is like, I just can't. I respect people that let the millennial drain your money thing on bullshit. Like I can't. Drinks, dude, like every drink's like $15 minimum.
Oh, I know, man.
Dude, I recoil in horror. That's like a one time a year thing, man. Like that's like a to take your wife out thing, and even then you feel like fucking bag, It's like,
I know
you should as a man. You should.
Every time my wife and I do that, they'll be like, let's go go get cocktails or something. Like getting a draft beer is okay because you're like, okay, it's a draft beer. Get something nice, because like the problem with draft beer is like if you get like some basic shit, if you're the guy at the nice beer, I actually just like Budweiser, and you want everyone to look at you and be like, oh, that's cool. Everybody always like wants to be that guy now. It's like a kind of a meme of like, I look at the beer menu and I want a Coors Light. And it's like, okay, you should just buy a 30-pack of Coors Light. I don't know why you're here, but like you look at the Super Bowl prices, right? Like for the stuff, a draft beer, like domestic lager, which would say Budweiser at that point, is $17. The craft beer is $20. I'm gonna get the craft. You're already fucking me in the ass. You know what I mean? Like it's actually less of of getting fucked, paying for like the craft Reddit beer for $20 a pop than paying $17 for a Budweiser. That's insane to me. So like I'll do that, but like when it comes out, when we'll go to a place where like it's like you can tell that the reason the Moscow Mule is fucking $22 is because of the copper mug. You're like, okay, this is really gay. We've jumped the shark. I don't care about your dumb little cup. And my wife and I will go and we'll like go to a nice dinner and like the food will be fine. We'll be like, the food was good. Sure. That's good. But like, well, you take a little bit of a bath on it. But like, oh, that was kind of nice to have to clean up and, just do all that. Was great. But the drinks, you're just like, did I spend like $500 on drinks? I don't even have a buzz right now. Like, I mean, it's not 500, exactly. But like, you're just like, I just like, I'm thirsty now because that whatever that elderberry syrup was in the thing. Like, did you make an elderberry highball or something for me? I was like, this shit sucks. It's not good.
Again, where do we go from here is my thing,
That's also, now that might be the thing for me for like Zoomers not drinking. Like that might be the one, is like, it's expensive to go out drinking right now. Like, which I think, we talked about with Brad when Brad was on, like there's still like utility in that, like going out and like having beers at the bar. Like it is different. Like a beer at the bar gets you more fucked up than a beer at home. It does. A bar beer gets you more fucked up than home beer. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's ambiance. I don't know if it's the tap. I don't know if it's on draft or something, but like it does. It's nice. Like there's something nice about it. But like, if you're going to go out there and everything costs this much money, just going to ask you a few questions on the screen. Like one of my favorite beer places closed over here. Right. Like, and it was great, but like their rent at the place was fucking $7,000 a month. I asked the guy and he was like, yeah. I was like, it's closing. I was like, what's the problem? I was like, this place is fucking packed. It's hopping. Literally and figuratively. There's everybody's like, you guys are doing really well. They don't brew any of their own beer. They don't have a kitchen, which I thought would save them money, not having a kitchen, because they had all these food places nearby you could like bring your food in. But they don't have brew any beer. They're constantly ordering beer, like kegs of like really expensive beer, and like reselling them. And then you have somebody pouring it for you. Yeah. And I was just thinking, like, that sucks, because this is a really nice place and I enjoy it and it's fun. And there's like zero chance for you guys to make money. $7,000 a month for this place. And it's not bigger than your house.
Yeah. That's wild. Yeah.
Nuts to me. Like, and I
don't even,
and that's probably a lot of it too. The property prices, I would imagine, for some of these restaurants. I feel like a lot of them are paying rent.
Yes, they are.
A lot of it's just rent.
Yeah,
like building rent sucks right now. Like, I would have to think that's a big thing, and I don't know, man. I don't know where you go from there. Did you see the burger at the fucking Levi's thing? That was like $180.
What was it?
It's let me see. Let's see if I can pull it up. Let's see. Super Bowl burger. It was like my other big problem with everything now is that it's kind of everything's like Dubai'd out right now. It's like really trashy and like I don't mean Middle Eastern culturally, but like meant to impress rich Middle Eastern people. And that's not always like the way to go, in my opinion. Let me just see if I can pull this up right now. It was a burger sold for $180 at Levi Stadium, which I will tell you right now, like a ticket at that fucking stadium is not even really worth $80 there. This right here, it looks like absolute shit.
Oh my god, is that like a
let me see if I can
burger, dude.
Yeah, so it's kind of like so it's the LX hamburger. Huh? It's cheeseburger with braised bone-in beef shank and Point Reyes blue cheese. You have to understand this is Point Reyes blue cheese.
Yeah.
Fondue. It's fondue basically on a baked brioche bun, which the brioche is going to soak up all that and be disgusting, by the way.
Yeah.
After a while. And like, of course, like Jason Kelsey like eats it on TV and it's like a bit and stuff. So like everything's meant for like the content, because it's like there's no way to actually like get a good deal on food. So we might as well just make it exorbitantly priced to where that's the attraction, is that I'm eating the $180 burger because it's Dubai'd out. If you go to Vegas, this is even before COVID. Vegas is taking a horrible bath after COVID. Like Vegas used to be the biggest cash cow in the world back in the day, and they were reporting like their tourism's going down because a guy who's just like works as like a plumber or something just isn't really sprinting to go out there anymore and have that weekend. They're only getting the like Shah of fucking this Stan country that goes out there and buys like prostitutes, and that it's like that was always going to be there. That guy was always going to go to Vegas. So they don't have this. They don't have this right now. And last time my dad and I went, this was 2020, and it was like a month before the lockdowns and everything. It was just kind of like, it was kind of weird when you think about it. It was $8 for a bottle of Stella while you were gambling. That you're supposed to give you beers for free while
they're supposed to give you exactly.
They're supposed to be like, here's this domestic beer that we buy case after case after case of for probably like 75 cents a beer.
That's the problem is everything, it's like these things are like they're reverting to a mean almost, it's very I don't know, it's kind of like concert tickets where like they're more expensive than ever before and it sucks, but also they keep selling, so I don't know, it's very but Vegas isn't really making them. That my thing is Vegas's bottom line's not great, so I'm kind of like interesting.
Wouldn't you think you'd like maybe go a little further in the hole to get that? Because like my parents talk about Vegas in the 80s and like in the 90s, they're like you'd walk in and they would just give you like a like legit like awesome shrimp cocktail, not like bullshit either, like a real shrimp cocktail, and then like 10 drinks, and then like and then tickets to a show. And then, you would like gamble and you would lose money, but you'd be like, I had a great time at this. Like, it was very fun. The flights were cheap. I think they still might be cheap, but like
it was a symbiotic relationship,
Yeah, it was meant to be like, hey, like you have a tough time at your job. You probably don't make that much money. You're making this much an hour. Like after work on Friday, jet out here for 2 days on the plane. And we'll have fun. You'll get this price for your hotel. Like they'll advertise. They wanted you out there. Like with Vegas, it's kind of like, we don't need you out here, but it's like their numbers show they need you. And all these restaurants are like that too. Now Vegas has no excuse to me. Like Vegas is like, wait, people just throw money away there. Like people, you should be able to you can give beers away for free because people are straight up like losing $10 a second out there. It's not like something's not adding up here. And I think a lot of it, when you go out there, it's all this like boutique. I think it always used to have like cool, kind of like quirky restaurants out there. I can't say that's a new thing, but like you go out there and it's like Gordon Ramsay's pub. And I went to Gordon Ramsay's pub, went on that same trip, and Gordon Ramsay's pub was out of everything.
Yeah.
Which is weird. That led me to think COVID was planned, by the way, because this is a month before.
Interesting. Yeah, for sure.
I wanted the chicken pot pie, or not chicken pot pie. What's that shit called? Shepherd's pie.
Shepherd's pie. Yeah.
Shepherd's pie, because it was an old English pub. Like it was just like kind of in Vegas, like it's fucking like LMFAO playing outside my old English pub. And like fucking Conor McGregor fight on in the background, but which that's pretty European, I guess, when you think about it. But I was like, the shepherd's pie. They're like, cool. So we're out of lamb. We're out of this. We're out of that. We're out of peas, and we're out of dough. I was like, so can I order that? They're like, well, you can, but it's just. I'm like, so what would it look like if I ordered it?
Yeah.
And they're like, So it was very strange. And then
they're just trying to clear out like back inventory.
and they were advertising that they had real Ireland Guinness, which it's supposed to taste better or whatever. But I was like, probably fake, but whatever. I was like, give me a Guinness. And they're like, we're out of Guinness.
We're out of Guinness.
And then after a while, I was expecting to be like, I want to speak to the manager, and they're like, we're out of managers.
Yeah.
To me, I was like, first off, Gordon Ramsay wouldn't stand for any of this on Kitchen Nightmares.
No,
he wouldn't stand for any of this. So FaceTime him right now. And
bring him up.
Like, G-Dog, what's up, dude? This is bad. Hey,
he would make it right. He would make it right.
I know.
Yeah, he would.
He's cool. I like Gordon Ramsay. I'd be hey, Gordon, like comp my Caesar's Palace Hotel tonight.
Yeah, exactly.
Just comp that. First off, you want to talk about filthy rich, dude? Gordon Ramsay, is insane. But I just like the whole experience is Kafka-esque at this point. Like when you're trying to just have a good time, and that's why like my favorite vacations are road trip vacations to towns that are just kind of like nothing, not nothing, but just quaint.
Yeah, that's the best. Yeah.
That's
people living their lives and shit. Yeah.
I'm scared I've never been to Europe. I'm scared to go now.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I'm going to be disappointed.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not
definitely got to go small town for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. I just feel like it's not going to be, I don't think it's going to be what I think it's, what I think I might have missed it. You know what I mean? I think I might have missed that wave of like going to the big city, going to the big town. And like, for a while, we're just like, why don't we go to like, Laughlin, Nevada or something, which is like where people in Arizona cross the border to go gamble at. Like, why don't we go do that? That sounds fun. Because I bet that hasn't changed for the worse.
Our parents' era anymore at all. It's just not fun.
Yeah.
No more Rainforest Cafe. I mean, come on.
No, there is no more. There is no more. Gordon Ramsay's worth $220 million. Damn.
Jesus Christ.
That sounds about right though. That's amazing.
That's sick. Yeah.
Speaking of maybe it won't make you filthy rich, guys. Maybe it won't. But I can tell you right now, there's a great sale happening right now with our friends at Super Feast.
Yes.
Deer Antler. What are the numbers? Like 15-20% off, something like that?
I think it's 20 plus our code. And I
think it's 20 off the big bag and 15.
Oh yeah, you're right.
15 off the 70-gram jar, which I've never bought the big bag. I feel a little beta about it, but I haven't got the big bag yet. It's daunting though. I sure know. Though I sure would. It's not because of that, but it's great. So if you go to I have yet to make another order yet. You can stack our code with this.
Yeah. Superfeast is weird. They don't really have like rules around that. Where literally, I remember before pre-code, when I did an order, they had like some crazy deal plus the Freemasons mushrooms. Plus they had like 6 things, and then I added a code on maybe I had another code from something else, and then they added a code on top of that, and they're like, "Yep, fine, send it." And so I sent the order in. And then I get the order, and there's like extra. They threw like even more free shit in there. Like I think they're just like giving this shit away, dude. It's crazy.
What, man? Like, and wow, before they realize, oh my goodness, we need to become Las Vegas.
Yeah,
we need to itemize everything. We need to nickel and dime the working man. Superfeast is not doing that, guys. So promo code RC now at checkout. Get your sale, and then add a little 10% off that on us. Have fun. Have fun with that. Really appreciate the support. Shout out to you guys for doing it. They have a pretty easy checkout process that makes it easy to do that. So that's been great. I have been really trying to build muscle this year. I finally have gotten back to a point where I can kind of kind of build. I don't know how to say it. Like I was in a bad spot. The back was really. It's not any better per se, but I was just like, you know what? I got to be really like Mission Impossible around like the infrared beams and like build this the right way. I got to go real slow. Can't take shortcuts. I can't get overzealous with what I'm trying to do. It's kind of a mind game when you're like, I can lift that up a bunch of times, but I shouldn't. So I finally got to that. Been on the rowing machine. The rowing machine is a game changer. Absolute game changer because it's very low impact and the shoulders go crazy on that and the triceps and the lats. But the deer antler for recovery has been great. They keep talking about sex in their emails, which hey, I mean, no complaints there. But I do think like you can really the recovery aspect of it, and there's a reason that Olympians aren't allowed to use it.
Yeah, or VJ Singh.
Yeah, or Ray Lewis.
Yeah.
Ray Lewis. Well, first off, Ray Lewis.
He killed a guy after the antler. Yeah.
No, he was about to stop calling Kaepernick like a true patriot, and they said, "No, you cannot, sir."
Yeah.
That was when the NFL started changing. Was when they were like, "This patriot is trying to, this patriotic raven is trying to stop our sweet Colin Kaepernick."
Yeah,
and we must. But no, he tore a pectoral, man. He tore his pectoral. And I think he had spray. I don't understand that. I don't understand topical spray. Spray Lewis.
Yeah, spray.
But I don't know.
I think spray. It's literally just like. I think that's what it is. I could be wrong.
First off, Superfeast makes it way more fun. It looks like gunpowder. Put that thing in there. You can mix it with some. I've mixed it with lion's mane. That's amazing. I actually did that for this podcast. It's great. Yeah. So you get a nice gym. I've used it as pre and post workout. Haven't really seen a difference in where I take it and when. But after the workout does seem like probably the best way to go about that because it is good for your recovery. And it feels like you can jump right back. Like you'll jump back in the gym tomorrow and feel like I haven't done this in a week, but not in a bad way. Not in I'm stiff. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm out of it. It's like, I don't feel sore from yesterday, but I know I kicked ass in the gym. So I think there's a lot of men that are not honest. And ladies, if you're listening, get on the antler, I guess. I'd love to hear about your experience.
Yeah. We need some.
I would.
We need some. We need some testimonials.
Like testimonials. Yeah. Testimonials.
Yeah. Testosterone. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, from the ladies. But yeah, I'd like to hear about it. But it's there's a lot of men that are kind of like not honest with what happens, especially after you turn 30. Like it's tough to like drink like fucking 6-7 beers night before and then get up and just like kick ass in the gym. It's tough to do, not impossible, but it's tough to do. And I think if you're looking for any sort of like kind of edge to that, I think it really helps. Like the deer antler, the reishi, but it's not just deer antler too. Like you want your reishi for me, like your kind of nighttime, your after meal thing, kind of just relaxing, letting your food digest. The Mason's mushrooms, which has reishi in there, that blend is fantastic for that. I always point people out to start there. But we're getting older. I mean, I wouldn't say we're close to death's door, but it's just like we're getting older, and you don't want to be the guy that like the doctor's just holding this stupid piece of paper going like it's all bad.
Yeah.
Exactly. And when you were 35, you had a chance.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Big chance. Yeah, big time. Yeah. No, you do not have to. There's so much you can do. You can kick that can way down the road, like way down the road.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's not hard. Yeah.
The what's it called? I will say those Ozempic commercials. It's not even Ozempic. I think I have a bad mistake or a bad habit of calling any weight loss thing Ozempic. There's like 30 brands of it now.
Yeah,
it's like the new cell phone company now. It's like, like kind of like, what do you have? Boost Mobile. There's probably like a ghetto one.
Yeah.
Like Hozempic or something. Yeah. And like just some like there's probably like one where they're like the Cricket wireless version, and there's probably one for like old people who don't know how to do anything, like with the big print on the phone. Like there's all of that, but those commercials are crazy, man. Like this is very hack to do, but like the side effects, dude. I saw one where they were like clay colored stools.
Yeah, I saw the clay. Yeah, what is
clay?
That? Yeah.
What?
I don't know, man. People are like, it's crazy. It's just crazy. People, I will give like the most milk to, I'll be like, hey, try activated charcoal if you're sick. And people will be like, whoa, dude. But they'll try like the latest fucking drug.
Yeah.
That's just, it's insane, dude. I don't get how people's like risk reward profiles work. You know, it doesn't.
I think it was what I said the last episode was like, if you tell somebody there's a change you can make that like involves like maybe just a little work on their part, and like and that they can bypass something, they just immediately like just completely time out on you.
Yeah.
And then but if you just say like your doctor says you have a problem,
yeah,
here's the pill, they're always like, nice.
Yeah, exactly.
For sure. Yeah. Yes, that. And what I laughed at is I knew somebody who is like constantly in an insurance battle with their Ozempic, because like I don't think it was meant to be for life for them, but like they're scared to get off it because like they would mean you had to like regulate your diet the old-fashioned way. Yeah. Food won't taste like paper towel to you anymore. And so they're scared of that. So they're constantly going through all these loopholes, like ordering it from Canada. And I'm like, yo, like, come on. Like at some point, I'm not defending your insurance company. Surely I wouldn't be doing that. But long story short, this person doesn't have diabetes.
Yeah.
So like they were just, a little overweight, but like they didn't have diabetes. So they were listening to a story, this person, of somebody who's like, oh yeah, and he's on Ozempic now, and the person goes like, well, does he have diabetes? They're like, yeah. She goes, oh, lucky.
yeah
lucky that you get your Ozempic.
It's like a weed. It's like a weed card. It's like a weed card. Yeah, it's like you got to make up a It's like,
they're like the ice machine starts working and he has PTSD so bad that he thinks he's being shot at, and he's like, lucky he has a weed card now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. A chainsaw outside makes him like go grab all his guns out of the safe.
Yeah,
but lucky.
You can get a cherry bomb, eighth for $40.
Yeah, don't pop popcorn around him ever. Don't even go to a movie theater.
Yeah,
but he can get weed.
Yeah,
and it's just like, dude, I get what people like. I can just tell it's not a temporary thing. I know that was how they sold it. They're like, yeah, it's supposed to get you back on track, and then you get your healthy habits back. No.
Well, why would you? Why would you? What's the incentive?
Exactly. You have to.
I will say, I do know one person that is like doing it, and it's kind of all they want to talk about now is GLP-1s. But they're like swimming now, and they're going hard, and they're like doing checkups and all this shit. So I'm like, I know one person that's doing it the right way according to manufacturer's instructions.
We should call it GOP. You should call, if they're liberal, you should just call them GOP ones.
GOP1. You're the number one fan. You're the number
one GOP fan if you take this.
Yeah, the L is lib. GLP.
Yeah. Good lib pills.
Yeah. Well, that's what I don't get is how some of them, they say they're orally active now, which I don't understand. How is that?
Yeah.
Is that like a scientific breakthrough? Because I thought the whole point was that you had to inject it because the stomach acid.
It's just a fucking Skittle. It's just a Skittle, and they're like, only eat one because it's a Skittle.
Yeah.
You can't eat too many Skittles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, I don't get it. Yeah. You have to. I still think like there's this whole, and there's a lot of like based people that are like, no, it's proving that, they're like, I'd rather live in a world where people aren't obese, which I get, but it's like they're just kind of like, I don't know, man. I still think there's something to. The problem is we're oversaturated and we're over addicted to this. Everyone needs to learn how to live without food for a week, or just eat, or be like slightly hungry for a month. There's something to that I think. Mm-hmm. I think a lot of our problems are downstream.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
It's a discipline element because it's usually like how you're wired. And then also to me, my problem with it is what you're supposed to be doing with this stuff is injecting it or whatever, and then like going out for a walk or something, and like just doing something like obviously like, because it's like fat just doesn't appear on you guys. I hate to break it to you. Like yes, there are people who are built a little bigger and don't have the margin for error, but they have the like, it's just this kind of like you can tell like for a while it's like, okay, the fat wasn't just like airdropped onto you overnight. Like for the most part, it was you sat inside the whole time. You ate, you know, from styrofoam containers and plastic containers forever, never learned any of this, and you just sat on your ass and never let your food digest. It's literally your body is quite literally full of shit a lot of the time, and you are in a bad spot. And what people say this does is that it's supposed to get you active and like out there. But the problem is you're not eating, so you have no energy. So you're just taking these fucking pills and you have no energy, and you're just completely like crashed out. And you're thinking like, okay, so you're not getting any vitamin D, you're not getting any of this stuff that like comes with this, and you're just your attitude. I'm sorry, like it's just your attitude of like going outside. So many people I remember that would lose weight the old-fashioned way. It would take them forever, but they'd be like, yeah, and I didn't realize how fun working out was. I didn't realize how fun going out. I'd walk my dog every day, and my dog's in better shape now. And it would be all of this kind of like downstream fudge ripple effect. You know what I mean? But you're muted.
Thank you. Yeah, no, thank you. Yeah, no, it's I don't know. It's again, it's just like a Faustian bargain, you know. It's just another one of those things.
Another Faustian.
And it's yeah, Faustian bargain. It's what I don't get. You have to be careful with artificially decreasing your caloric intake when you're already, you know, like deficient in vitamins and minerals and stuff. Like your food quality doesn't increase. Most of the people that are taking this are normies, you know, they're not eating like arugula and goat cheese and shit like that, right? So it's you're just making a bad problem.
They're just eating a quarter of their Fuddruckers and then saving the rest.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So
Fuddruckers is big. Yeah. Cracker Barrel. Yeah.
Exactly. So, you know, I agree with what you're saying. Like, it's just kind of this, because I know, like I said, the person I know that takes this stuff, like they were never a person that was like this, because I've known them my whole life. And they, at like 1 PM, they'll just straight up sleep for like 3 hours. And you crashed. Like there's something like,
that's scary.
Taking naps is fine. I thought, but this person doesn't do that normally. And they're just like, I don't know why I'm so tired. And it's like, you just ate like a Hershey's Kiss for lunch. Like a Hershey's Kiss.
Yeah.
Like,
no, and you got it
stuffed, and it probably tasted bad.
Yeah. Again, where are you? Again, how does it affect your gut microbiome? You know, how does this? There's so many factors, right?
I just don't want to see I just don't want to see when when people get off this stuff right now. Like, I just don't. That's my problem. Is like, I'm not mad if you want to go lose weight any way you can. I just don't want to hear the fucking complaining when you can't get the stuff anymore. And now it becomes like Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez Medicare for all, because I have to actually keep my weight off now, the old-fashioned way.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's a little crazy. I just it's this insurance that every state, the top producers, just healthcare now, the top economic engine.
Cool.
It's like, what the fuck, dude? I'm sorry. Like, what? Like, this is I don't get the leftist thing, the insurance thing with. What are they like? What are we just? Okay, it's a third of GDP now. I'm not like a big, I'm not like a big economist or whatever, but what is it going to be 50%? Like when does it stop? Like when, you know, it's just
should be 100
at some point. 100%. Yeah. But but exactly. But RFK is crazy. Yeah. Okay. Sure. You know, like the guy is saying like, hey, like, and that's the thing. Okay. Like, it's so funny how the people that are obsessed with telling you about like systemic, oh, this is systemic, blah, blah, blah. But then once someone's actually like, oh yeah, let's handle it systemically, they're like, no, you know, they like freak out, and they, you know, it's like they use that term, they want to use it as like a boutique kind of like thing. And then once someone's like, all right, let's fix it, it's like, no, we can't. And
systemic just means it's nothing I can do on my own to do anything about it. That's what systemic means to the average person right now, because that's a word, quite honestly, that appeared in the last 10 years out of nowhere that everyone uses now. And it's no coincidence that it's typically when you're like
systemic.
Systemic. Yeah. Just like, you know, it's a system, like it's because of systemic capitalism that I'm eating fucking, you know, a brownie sundae at 11 a.m. for lunch. Yeah.
Or this thing is systemic, but I'm going to blame it on you, this individual person.
Right.
If you're not having the right opinions or something.
Right. Yeah. So there's always like, again, I've always said this, it's typically a progressive thing or leftist, whatever, liberal, whatever you want to put on it. They have the ability to click minus on the magnifying glass and plus on the magnifying glass on any given thing and be like, actually, I zoomed all the way in and it's your fault. And then when something's put on me, I click minus on the magnifying glass 6 times and look at all this.
Yeah.
You know, it's how am I supposed to do anything?
Yeah, exactly.
It's like they have this like selective black pilling while turning into like moralizers, you know, when it's something that that they want, which is why I never want them to have any sort of power, because you would have to take some sort of responsibility. Like if we were to have the government they wanted, and they're like, oh, all these employee owned businesses, all these, you know, all the like workers own everything, like no billionaires. I'm like, okay, if someone gets hurt on the fucking job, workers are at fault. You understand this, right? Like there's not like it's not just this like hi ho, it's off to work we go. Like it doesn't do that. Like it's still gonna be the same workplace bullshit that happens, and you're not gonna have HR to go to. Oh, you are gonna have HR? That's fine, whatever. They're gonna like straight up rule against you because they're like, oh, what's one worker to our company? Fuck you. You know what I mean? Like none of you guys want this shit. I know none of you guys actually want this stuff. That doesn't mean that you want, you know, this guy like running everything. I understand that. I understand that there might be some nuance to that point that we could maybe explore. But for the most part, I don't know. I haven't seen any one of those solutions that I've been like, yeah, let's sign up for that. I'll give away everything that I've ever thought was cool in the world, so you can have your boutique thing. There's never
any discussion about efficiency or you know, like, hey, let's cut back on spending so that we can afford this stuff. You know, like but it's always just it's just there's
wealth is a faucet, and they just want to see who has the bucket. That's a lot of times. I think wealth is like this faucet that there is this infinite thing. Like it's neither created nor destroyed, but it's this thing. And like, it's only a couple guys that have the buckets catching it, right? Like it's those memes and stuff. But for the most part, I don't even think that's that great of a setup either. But their alternative is everybody's just this wealth thing is for sure. Nothing could ever happen to this wealth. That is nothing we do as workers.
What's weird is on a grand time scale, on like the thousands of years, I could see things getting fair. I don't know. I've always felt this too, where I just kind of it's like I could see things changing, but they're not going to be the ones to do it.
No,
you know what I mean? I just know they're not. They're just not. Yeah, I just know. You know,
they don't have the.
It's not going to be Marxist. It's not going to be.
No,
I'm sorry, dude. It's not.
I think there's. Yeah,
I think it'd be like a spiritual flip gets switched, and that people, you know, like you know what I mean. It'd be a consciousness thing more than it would be. This is how I feel like with them on they confuse like the utopian thing should be this way with the driver of the effect, you know. And a perfect example of this is like open borders, right?
Yeah,
where they think in a utopian world, like borders are stupid, we shouldn't have them. And I actually kind of agree. Like it would be sick to live in a world where we're all so chill with each other. And we don't have open border. Like it would be cool if we got to that point.
I don't even think I could even picture that. That's how weird that is to me.
You know, but you know what I mean? Like where we don't need like endless pass, where everyone was like where we solved murder and crime and stuff like that. But they think because it would be a good utopian ideal, let's let it happen, and that will cause the utopia itself. It's like It's like cart and horse, right? Where it's like they confuse that, and then any argument against their little plan is evil or something for just having any kind of like rational nuance or being like, actually, we can't do that, you know? And it's, so it's, again, they're just not.
I see what you mean. Yeah, you're right. You're right. You see it with every thing. And, you know, I talked about it with like the ICE thing. It's like, okay.
Yeah.
People like there's people with like stickers that say like abolish ICE, and I'm like, okay, that's your opinion, I guess, whatever. But that's all of that. But you'll hear then they're always like, now they're kind of like ready for people to say, well, it's like, well, ICE started like 2004, like or whatever. Like it's not something that like started this in 2016 or whatever. It's not what happened. And they're like, yeah, but it's being used so differently now. I'm like, oh wait, so is it abolish it or not? Like, is it? So does and like they're always be like, well, abolish is meant to like to them, it's like your cover letter on your resume. It's like, that's the first thing you want the company to see is abolish. And then that starts the discourse. And then you're like, is discourse allowed on it? No.
No, no, it's very, no, they don't. Yeah, it's everything's a rhetorical trick.
Yeah.
And I was talking, in I was talking to my mom last night, and and she's just been CNN build, she's not like political. So and she's just like, I can't stand what they're doing, and I'm like, yeah, I get that, but like also we can't have like open borders, right? And she's like, heavens no, like absolutely not. I'm not in favor of that at all. And I'm like, but we did. And also I'm like, well, what are we supposed to, like, what's the solution then, like what's that? So it's this very like, and I'm not, my mom is not very political. I'm not calling her out. It's exemplary of, but it almost is like if you know better, it is a kind of a cowardly take to, if that's your thing, it's just like anti-ICE, but you didn't say anything. These are hard choices. Like, do we keep the open border or not? Do we not? Well, that's not a hard choice in my opinion. No, you know what I mean? Where it's like, it's again, it's easy to blame like the third order effect and be like, oh, look at this and stuff. But like, I'm like, you guys know that's why Trump got elected, right? Because he explicitly can't, that's not even saying that it's good or bad in your worldview or whatever. That's just why it happened. And but they
no, it's because of Vladimir Putin. And they just do that.
But if they could think that far, they probably wouldn't be who they are. And
because like anytime, and I know she's of a different class than like people our age that are into like leftism and stuff, but like it'll always come out like for leftists, all you have to do is be like, okay, I'm running for mayor of Columbus, Ohio, and I am fighting for workers' rights, right? They said that, and then that perks the ears up. Yeah, well, what's this guy about? And then you're like, okay, so now my plan for all of this. So what we're going to do is we're going to have free childcare. We're going to have, we're not going to let ICE do anything in our town. We're going to up the minimum wage here. And then we're going to, do free health, Medicare, this, and this. And we're going to call it the super awesome, no downside plus plan.
Yep.
And they always have to name it something like that. Like, Green New Deal or whatever. It's a new deal. You have to like it's new.
Yeah.
And it's green. How could you? Do you like smoke?
Yeah.
And so like there's there's just this thing where it's like this disarming effect that all of their things say. If you're not trained into the way they operate, this is a disarming thing, like when Batman throws the little batarang thing and knocks the gun out of your hand. So if you were going to argue with it, it's like, wait, sir, are you going to argue against the super awesome plus premium?
No, and it's it's very like
plan.
It's like, here's this awesome thing. How could you would be against it?
Yeah,
and it's just very. Man, I don't know. And again, look at. Mom Donnie's been real quiet ever since. Isn't he like gone back on everything?
Didn't he say there's no money? I saw, dude, Zoran No Money is his name. That's his
dude.
But the thing the other day, he was saying I want people to get tickets to like the World Cup for a good price. I was like, what? And then he was like,
he wants to socialize the World Cup.
Which dude, how Reddit is that, by the way? World Cup and socialize because I know there's people that get mad, but soccer is extremely Reddit. I'm sorry. I just hate to say it, but it is. I've been a lifelong, that's fine. Yeah. I get it. There's things I've been a lifelong fan of that are Reddit. I get it. But it's just like there. So he was, he was just the other day, he was like, yes. And, unfortunately the wealth is just not quite there for these plans. And I'm telling you right now, like nobody's going to come to the conclusion and be like, man, my dad was right about that. Like no one's going to come to that conclusion because they're going to go, well, the wealth, they're hoarding the wealth. They're hoarding the wealth. So like it's just a faucet. I'm telling you, it's literally just a faucet where they're like, oh, somebody turned the wealth faucet off. There's endless.
It's funny when it gets to I kind of get like, even though I don't agree with the methods or whatever, I kind of get why people are like, like apartments and utilities and shit like that. But then he's like, World Cup. Like a limited number of seats, that's just a basic misunderstanding of how the fucking world works. I feel at that point, it's like, everyone should be allowed to go for $10, and it's
that's why I wasn't worried about him, to be quite honest.
So you're gonna build like a stadium with 10 million capacity? That's why we have TV. That's why we invented cameras, so we could all watch the thing.
Well, the thing is, that's going to create jobs, and those are going to be union jobs. Building the 10 million capacity stadium, you don't see. Are you against this? First off, are you against this, dude? The Mamdani World Cup Premium Plus package?
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay. This helps POC work. We're going to staff it 80% POC workers. Yeah. And then when they don't show up on time, no, I'm just kidding. But that's it's not gonna punish it. And you can show up anytime you want to work. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. It's very funny. It's funny how, and maybe this is more of a Portland thing, but there's like this very like industrious kind of leftism, like that, the hammer sickle, like the Metallica hammer,
woodworker, and it stems from the woodworker libtard, by the way.
And it's but it's funny, and in their like. In any like real life situation, they're like, oh, that person, that like they suck, like they're like our worst worker, like they never show up on time, they're always taking breaks, blah blah blah. So it's, everyone knows it, so it's like, okay, so they should make the same as us or less, or should they be fired or not? And it's like, well, we couldn't fire that. It's always like this very. They know deep down.
Well, they take the job to be a lefty. They take the job where they're like, well, I'm not just some guy living off of dad's money or like this. Like, I actually do go out in the trade. Like, I've known a few guys that do that, like that, get into the trades so they can win arguments about leftism. Like it's
hilarious.
Which is probably your favorite coworker, I'm sure. Like the guy's probably just great.
No. And well, I just had one more. The other thing, like the best job that I worked, quote unquote, on paper was, I mean, dude, we had health insurance for so cheap. It was like, it was the best insurance I've ever had for the cheapest. Pay was pretty good. You could take days off whenever. No one really abused it. You could take days off whenever. It was a big team, so everyone just pitched in. So it was like a good working unit. And then they just fired all of us and moved to Nevada. And it's like, oh, okay, so that like lasted for a year and a half. And like, you know what I mean? Like where it's like they give it to you for a little while and then, and I don't even blame them, but I'm just saying it's like clearly they're like, yeah, we can't pay for this insurance shit for like 15 people all the time, So it's just kind of funny how it just gets yanked away whenever.
I mean, it's like it's a mob style rule, like where it's basically like, I'll let you have protection in my city. Nobody's gonna fuck with you, but you got to give me this type of money. I mean, and it's just kind of like, okay, well, it's not really worth paying you the money anymore. And actually, you didn't protect me. Like nobody's really stepped in for me at all. And none of this has ever. We've never like come to this. And, oh shit, my business is gone. And then now they own the building, and it's like, no, you bring this up, but like the Roman Polanski biography, autobiography, I tell you, if you can get your hands on this, it is the most shocking, insane thing I've ever read in my life. Like I loved every second of it, even the stuff that is like makes you want to throw up in your mouth. All the stuff you think about him is true, and but still, like it's just like, wow, but he did grow up like. I talked about this in the episode, whatever, but if you guys with Cody and all that, but it was great. But he grew up in the Holocaust, right? That whole thing happens. And then he's like, cool, we're being liberated by like the Russians. And then the Russians are like, yep, communism time. Yeah. And he's like, fuck. And his friend's mom had this like sick ass bakery in Poland. And it was like tight. It was just like everybody fucked with it. It was the neighborhood bakery, was always going to do well. It got turned into like a community workspace. I'm like, dude, has it always been this fucking retarded? Like the community, like artist workspace kind of thing. Like, and basically like her shit got like thrown out of the building and everything. And then everyone's like, where's the bakery? And they're like, it's still here. And they're like, yeah, this is gay. And they're like, well, it's the bakery now. It's the worker owned bakery. And it's just like, is there you're saying
always
that you're saying that can't happen? Like it's like there's and like some people might go, well, wow, I guess you just want your treats at that point. It's like actually, like I probably liked that bakery.
I liked it better when I could have the treats.
I liked the bakery more than I like communism. You got me. So it's just kind of like
it's crazy.
You see people like, because like there's a lot of people that don't like actually think that's what happens. you know, like even though they support it, they don't think that's what happens, but like that is what happens. So you'll have all these people that are like leftists that like work at all these like fucking kind of small batch, like these type of places. I'm like, that's all going away. I hope you know that.
Yeah.
It's all going to get bought out by this one thing, and will take away your illusion of choice, which they claim to say is the problem of capital. Like that's all going away. Like, and I don't doubt, I think people support it because there's enough platitude kind of stuff and like virtue signaling you can do to be like, I care about X, Y, and Z. That's my friend's name. They, them, X, Y, and Z. But they'll be like, these are my
X, Y, and Z.
Yeah. It's spelled X, Y, Z. It's pronounced they, them.
It's so funny. I don't know. I do vacillate, and I'm not trying to be a fence sitter because I do not vibe. I'm very skeptical of. I don't know. Part of me, it's funny. Like and I've thought about this too. Like maybe I would still be more of a leftist if I wasn't so introverted and curmudgeon-y and not trustworthy of like, other people, you know, because for a while,
you don't have that option.
No, and it's just kind of like, and again, COVID was like the eraser. It was just like loop, you know, it's just like the reset button on all of that. It was like nope, which is I doubly don't trust anyone that went through that and didn't get. I don't know, man. It's crazy. Like you have to be fooling yourself. I don't know, man. It's different media streams, it's different algorithms, but I just, man, don't put it into my arm. It's funny. The real horseshoe is that they all support the billionaires. Love them, dude. That's the thing. That's the funny thing. Like, I'm not even like a big like billionaire guy, like billionaires or whatever. But it's like they all, it's like a symbiotic relationship, you know. And it's so funny. And whether it's like the borders thing or any of this stuff, it's very, I don't know, man. That's kind of funny. Is like that's. Whereas like most normal people are like, I don't know a billionaire, but I don't, you know, I don't want to do their bidding, but you are, you know, kind of, I don't know. Am I making sense? I feel,
of course. Because I've seen like a couple, I've worked in like places where it was like, okay, management's being gay. And the workers are kind of trying to do something about it a little bit. Right. Like, and like you'd see people with like, you know, don't tread on me, American flag, truck guys, they'd be all in with like the workers bouncing back against the management. Like it was, which you would think that, you know, guy would be the company man. If you were walking in there from like your leftist online debate thing and watch this, you would think that guy was going to be taking management side. Sometimes they did, sometimes they didn't. But really, it was one of those things where you could just tell everybody was like, look, I like where I work. I like the people I work with. I don't like management. We all agreed on that. I don't really have I'm not trying to cut and paste this onto every company I see. But I like it in my company. And there's so many people that view that as hypocritical. And I'm like, no, that's human. That's what humans do. Humans look around and see their surroundings and go, that could change, that could change, that could change. And I think I know what would happen if it did. But if you said like, okay, now this thing that we're doing at this company, let's do it to Starbucks. And it's like it can be cut and paste in there exactly without changing a single aspect of it. And everything, the coffee will taste better, actually. And like it's not even just as good; it'll be better. It'll be this, and you know that's not true. And you're trying to like reason with somebody and go like, look, like that worked at that company on a smaller scale. It's not going to work with this because you're going to have customers demanding certain things, and then people are just going to stop going there if the customers are treated a certain way or this and that. Where in this warehouse over here, it was very much a tight knit community, and that's why it worked. And they think that that's just going to happen with like open borders, and
they don't understand scale or like
scale. That's
texture.
Thank you. That's exactly what I meant.
Yeah, they don't. There's also just this weird like meta. You know, they think everything is, and honestly, right wingers do this too for sure. But they think everything is just down to theory, and if everyone thought this way, when there's stuff like almost baked into our reality. Like the Starbucks example where it's like, that's just how, you know, that we just live in this era right now. And that's how it is. And I'm not saying for better or worse, like some things cannot be another way, you know, some things can for sure. And like things can always change, but I feel like there's just like, oh, if only it was just switched this way. The if only stuff. You got to be careful with the only. If only it was this way kind of stuff. You know, that's the dangerous thinking. You know, where
I agree.
Yeah, and that leads to everything. That leads to the vaccine stuff. If only everyone took this. You know,
Yeah.
if only everyone. That's evil. You know,
and it's almost like you secretly hope one person doesn't, because then your thing can fail and you have a fall guy, which
Exactly.
I see. Which is what I think the entire world runs on that premise. By the way,
yeah,
is you're hoping the bad thing happens so then you don't have to actually do anything, because you're like, well, that happened, so I guess we're back to square one. And I love square one. Everybody loves square one.
Yeah,
because that's just the theory nonsense debates.
Yeah,
square one means, well, let's just talk about it on the internet for a little bit.
Yeah,
because when something finally gets implemented, it's like, oh wow, I have to actually like do this. I have to actually make a tough choice. I have to actually, fuck over people that I probably don't even have the courage to do it, and all of this. And it's kind of why I just you don't, when you're 23, if I see somebody who's 23 acting like this, I'm not sympathetic towards it, but I understand the thought process. If I see somebody who's my age doing it, I'm like, fuck it, what is your problem?
Yeah.
What is your problem? Like, why are you like my age and older? I've seen people like 45 that act like that, dude. Billy Joe Armstrong, American Idiot ass like people.
Yeah.
And you're just like, dude, are you fucking kidding me? Like, you think this is how the world works?
Yeah.
You think this is how you want the world to work?
Yeah.
Like this, I'm sorry. Like people do come down on it, and there are people that tell them, but now there's this idea that if you can cancel your family members if they ever confront you about that. Like, they're trying to help you. You don't realize that they're pulling the Band-Aid off for you instead of putting 5 more Band-Aids on. Yeah. They're trying to help you. Yeah, they might be calling you gay while it's happening, which also helps you.
That's
you
part
need
of it. Yeah, exactly.
You need it. Sorry, got to be told that. Somebody should have told you that when you were 23. Blink-182. Nobody likes you when you're 23.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of like, but people are perpetually 23 now because that's pretty beneficial, I think, to people who are in power, because they can sell you nostalgia and keep you stunted and sell you utopia. Like literally sell it to you and kind of ideologically sell it to you as well. And I don't know, man. Like I am very much a like whatever's around me, just a few things around me. Like if that's all cool, I'm not really trying to cut and paste that everywhere.
No,
it's I think we're not going to live forever. I'm not Brian Johnson. I don't want to be. I'm not going to test myself every 5 minutes to make sure that this is at the level I need it to be. For the most part, I'm going to go look. I probably have at the most 50, 55 years left. That's just a good thing. Take me to 90. That's probably what I have left. So instead of me trying to say like, man, this thing that I got going on right here, like, let's get this to fucking Pakistan, dude.
Yeah,
let's get this. Yeah, let's get this to Maryland. I don't even want to get it one town over. I'm kind of just. It's just like if everyone thinks like that, I think you kind of more or less at least get like just a slight bump in quality of life, even if it's different. Which that's the problem with a lot of people, is it needs to all look the same. There's people that want whatever happens in Minnesota right now to happen everywhere. Right?
They want to be they want to be
it's crazy
verified. And it has to be, it's a very it's a very insecure way of living and looking at the world, actually, which is kind of funny.
Is
where it's like whereas the opposite is if you're like, I don't care what they're doing over there, I'm doing my thing over here, and it's, I don't know,
exactly. That's straight up, like that is.
I'm just tired of this bullshit. I'm just like, remember, like when Noam Chomsky has like a straight like Gordon Ramsay ass net worth, which is like tight, good for you. And someone has asked him, it's like, hey, are you gonna like give some of that to are you gonna like liberate some of that value to like
and he's like that value?
And he's like, and he's like straight up, he's I know. No, I got it in a trust for my kids because I'm gonna, it's my fucking family. And I'm like, bro, like everyone involved in that is so good. If Gordon Ramsay said that, I'd be like, sick, dude. But the fact that it's Noam Chomsky, and again, it's not. This isn't like 1.6 million, like a Bernie Sanders ass. Like, I own like a house in Vermont and like a lake cabin or whatever. Where even that, like, I'm not defending Bernie, but it's not 1.6 million. This is like 200 million. Again, it's like what you were saying, like Yeah, the one tax bracket just ahead of me, they fucking suck, bro.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, the Billy Joel Armstrong. Yeah,
if you make 77.87 million or above, fuck you. Fuck you. It's just like whatever. To me, it's like I love to be in the like if we ever do blow up to like where we have like really really big money, and then somebody asks us, what was it? Liberate some of that value. Is that what?
Something. Yeah, like
no, I know, because like to me, I'd be like, no, because you don't have to. Like you don't have to do that. It sucks. I feel like it's a permanent prison to be like, in a way, a super rich leftist guy, because you do have to like pretend you're not.
Yeah.
Or pretend that you hate it. And you're just like, oh, this money, I don't even what do I? And if I just, it's not sustainable. If I just give it away, it's not sustainable.
Yeah,
because that it needs to be a system that puts that in. They'll be like, okay, we're going to implement a system that puts that in. One tax bracket up.
Exactly.
And so it's like, but you have to do the like small bean like kind of like thing. Where I'm always like, man, that I feel like that fucks with your like A1C, dude, or whatever. I don't know, just some of your whatever those GLP-1 commercials say. Like I feel like it gives you Crohn's. I feel like it gives you Crohn's, dude, or something like with the Vine Whip, like the Bulbasaur Vine Whip. Like I feel like it'll happen to you if you do that. If you have a bunch of money and have to pretend and have to act like it's bad that you do.
The real move, and this is alpha move, is to let's say you're worth 20 million, and you lie to people, which I'm not a big fan of lying, like we've all done it, and so but I think in some where you just lie to people and you're saying, I got like 2.5 million in the bank, and then you're charitable on the low and you give shit out to like animal shelters.
I round up at 7-Eleven, dude.
Exactly. Round up, and then that's the way to do it, is if you know what I mean? I think that's the alpha move. Some bros do that too, where it's because then it's very like, people are like, oh, you don't understand, it's hard to manage this money. And it's like, well, you could give away 90% of it now, and some do. Some fall for their own. Some are like true believers where they fall for. I don't know. It's very
which that's so dumb to me. I'm always just like, don't do that. Don't just. It's okay to sit on a little mine of wealth. Like it's okay to do it. Like it's far. I don't know. I think to me, like when people are I don't know. I go back to like the 45-year-old guy that's like epic like liquidate. People who have more money than me. I'm always just like, man, you'll start a new job and you'll point that guy out right away.
Like, dude. Well, the fucking I was
Sex Pistols ass, like Sex Pistols ass, dude. No.
The guy, that job I was telling you about, which again, on paper it was great, good insurance, all that stuff. But then you're working with a bunch of Portlanders who would hate you if they knew your vaccine status, right? But the manager, the guy who rode his bike to work, got there early and read theory in the employee loft upstairs for like 15 to 30 minutes before the shift started. At like 6 a.m. you're reading these gay books about
punishing yourself,
and then is like, like in a beta way, not even in the alpha way, like hooked up with one of your underlings,
How do you do that in a beta way?
You fall for her too hard, and then she gets weirded out, and then she doesn't want anything to do with it, and you like cry at work.
Oh yeah, that is good. Yeah. All right, that checks out. I ran the numbers.
Yeah. So again, theory reader, rule for thee, not for me, kind of bro.
Did he trickled down on her, dude?
He trickled down.
He trickled down.
Yeah. It was truly the two worst people. Like,
I know. I've that. Yeah.
Oh my god, man, it was so funny. And I've mentioned this before. I feel kind of bad because he had actually met. I did like this guy, and like I had to like I was not like fake with him. I did not like pretend like we were friends, but he would like text me after the whole thing folded. And then he actually met a totally unrelated another one of my friends, like not even a different state. I forget how it even happened. It's kind of crazy. But then I heard from that friend, and they're like, "Oh, I just met your old coworker and your friend," and I was like, "Yeah, I don't like that, dude." And then the guy called me, and he, probably because he was like, "Hey, I just met your other friend," and I didn't answer. I was like, "Yeah, I'm never gonna talk to you again."
No. Yeah. Oh my gosh. When I quit a job,
so funny, dude.
Fucking anybody from there.
Especially the guy that like tried to like me too you for laughing at a joke or something. You know what I mean? Like that shit is crazy.
That's crazy. Oh my goodness.
The real RC heads know the story, but
the real RC heads know the story. So coming up, guys, it'll be this weekend. It'll be a little bit later. For those of you on the premium feed, I didn't forget about this week, but I'm gonna have the Gain of Fiction David Copperfield episode, which is going to be very fun, very great. Just finished the book this morning, absolutely loved it. 2 weeks from now, I think around there, probably going to do Wuthering Heights, Gain of Fiction. I didn't realize how short that book was. Nice. So probably going to do Wuthering Heights. Got a few people, Emily B. They got the new movie coming out and everything. And there's that book was. It's funny because Clifford Lee Sargent from Better Than Food YouTube channel, when he came on this show, we kind of both asked like, what was the book that like shocked you in terms of how much you liked it? And for me, I said The Island of Dr. Moreau, which he then read, and I think on his Patreon did a review, and he really loved it as much as I did. So I was like, well, shit, let me read, because he said Wuthering Heights, and I had that relegated into the Jane Austen, like folding the napkin in a true Darlington fashion, like just I had that like the not for me section, the not for me quirky girl period piece core thing, like just thought we were there. Turns out we're not, apparently, and I'm going to pick it up very soon. I think we're going to put that episode out on the free feed. Roberto Bolaño's 2666 is another big one that we're going to be doing pretty soon. Probably make that one free, kind of similar to what we did with Gravity's Rainbow, kind of a big cut that book up in, because it is cut up into fifths. We'll probably cut up into thirds. I know mathematically that might not work, but we'll make it work. But they said, they say we can go back to they said we went to the moon. I don't know about those mathematics, right? Can we even, what is math? And so while we're I'm going to be going on Brad Kelly's podcast, Method and Madness, talking about Mumbo Jumbo by Ishmael Reed, which I'm really excited about there. And I've heard J. David Osborne has an audio book coming out, For God's Fair No Better, narrated by me. I don't know how that happened. He must have AI'd my voice in there. Hopefully it didn't make me sound gay. Hopefully. I hope he didn't. No, that should be coming. I don't know when, but he says that'll be available, which is cool because that book really is awesome. Like that book is awesome, and I think it was fun. That was a fun one. So should be a lot of really cool stuff happening this year on RC, guys. Like I said, and if you're on YouTube channel, I would really appreciate if you guys would subscribe on YouTube. We're almost at the number that we need to be to start doing like cool live streams where you can do like super chats and all of that stuff. We're almost there. So if you guys could just subscribe, even if you don't listen there, it's totally fine. Just subscribe there. Totally free to do if you have a YouTube account. Then also rarecandy.substack.com. I think the streets are asking for a new Bob's Red Pill. I don't know.
I got a couple in the tank.
I don't know. I think some people are asking about that. Guys, definitely many ways to support us. We're having a little problem with the merch store right now. We'll get that fixed. We'll get that fixed. That was whack. Totally not our fault, but whack. Absolutely whack, but we'll get it. We'll bounce back. It's not if you get punched, it's when you get punched.
Exactly.
So on that note, guys, everybody have a safe week. We'll catch you guys next time.